it was like the week before Mother's Day. I went to a friend's birthday party, and that was on a Sunday. And then the next day, I was sick.
Ellie came home from a slumber party with a headache and a sore throat. And so I took her temperature, and she had a fever. And it was just normal, you know? But I remember thinking at the time, this child never gets sick. Like, she hadn't been sick for 18 months, I think, is what I figured out.
And I had a lot of bruises, and I was really pale. So my mom took me to the Minute Clinic at Walgreens or CVS, and they did the flu test and the strep test.
And they were both negative. They did make a miscalculation about her weight, so I decided to take her to her pediatrician the following day.
So then the next day after that, we went to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician did the flu and the strep test again, and it came back negative again. And so then they said that I probably had mono. So since you can't do anything for mono anyways, and I didn't want to do like a blood test because I don't like needles, they said, okay, just come back next week if you still have a fever. Next week on I think it was like Friday actually, it was Friday, my mom called them and I had a fever, like I had a temperature of 99.9. So the doctor said, oh, it's probably just a virus, it's gonna go away. But my mom knew something was up.
I remember my friend came over because it was my birthday, and she brought me a gift, and I said that I couldn't go to work the next day because Ellie was still sick, and she said, oh my gosh, what does she have? And I said, she has leukemia. And my friend was like, oh my gosh, you're being ridiculous. Like, get off the internet, there's no way. But I knew. And the next day, my mom came in to town to visit.
And it was Sunday, and I was supposed to go back to school the next day since my fever had passed. And my grandma was in town, and my mom was in the car with my grandma, and they were talking. And my mom was like, I don't think Ellie's okay.
So we turned the car around and picked her up and took her to the ER, where they did do blood. And the doctor came out and said, something's not right. We're gonna run the tests again just to make sure. And I just looked at him and I said, is it leukemia? And he said, maybe.
So they sent me in an ambulance to Texas Children's Hospital, and I was there for 3 days in the oncology floor, and then they diagnosed me with leukemia.
To all the mothers out there who are in the middle of the storm, there is hope. Eventually, the clouds will part, the scars will heal, and your heart will mend itself together. After 2.5 years of struggle, Ellie proudly rang the end of treatment bell 8 months ago. Even after all she has been through, Ellie believes cancer has definitely changed her life, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. The best is yet to come.